What's up, Chewies? It's James here, and welcome to Netflix recommendations because, I binge the stuff that you want to watch. And what's better than Drew Barrymore in a TV series? Drew Barrymore playing a undead woman, and she has to eat people. And being that is funny because she's vegan, and you know that she's vegan. But yes, Santa Clarita Diet. Season 2 came out a few days ago, and I've just binged it all, and it's hilarious. The cast is Drew Barrymore, Timothy Oliphant, Liv Hewson, Skylar Gisondo, Mary Elizabeth Ellis, she's hilarious, Richard T. Jones every now and again, Natalia Morales, and Nathan Fillion, but only for a few episodes. And Thomas Lennon, who appears every now and again too. But, right, so, premise of the show is that, Joel and, Sheila are real estate agents. They make sure that's the in-joke for this show. And, it's the fact that they live in Santa Clarita, and they're just trying to sell houses. So one day, Sheila gets sick and throws up this ball thing, and it's just like, what? And it turned her undead. So, first season is all about what the fuck, how the fuck, why the fuck, and what the actual fuck. So you've got the first couple of episodes trying to figure out how it happened, how to keep a hunger in check, how to get away with murder, and how to try and be a normal family. And the supporting cast is hilarious, although their daughter Abby, I don't like her attitude. She is reckless in the first season, and it's more like she's the newbie of the group, of the actors, and it's 15 things, okay, and it's kind of easy to tell because she's trying too hard to steal the scenes. They make a joke, go away, and yeah, because her best friend in the show, he's been in 55 things, and that explains why. You can tell a veteran actor when you see one on screen, and Liv Houston has got a lot of living up to do because she's just trying way too hard to be funny or to be like, look, I'm actually in a TV series, yay! But no, just stop. But yeah, so the first couple of episodes, it's all about trying to figure out how that happened. Then they accidentally find this big guy called Loki and infect him, and he throws up all over the place. By the way, if you want really good satire and wit, you'll love this show, because it's oh, we won't do that. Ring the doorbell, cue awkward moment. Shit. There's no laugh track, which is what I love. I hate laugh tracks. They are shitty and undeserving. And you have to be in the real mood for them. But yes, season 1, half an hour episode a piece, 10 episodes. And, so Nathan Fillion appears in the first episode as the potential rival for their real estate business, and a sex monger too. And so he dances with Joel's wife, and by the end of the next episode, he gets eaten because he tries to seduce Sheila, and she's not into it. If a woman says no, she means no, boys, or girls, or anyone. But, yeah, and the humor in it is really good. There's a few scenes where they go to the shopping centre and just stare at the groceries. And then this random chick appears. She's like, "Hey, I've noticed that my manager's been noticing you've been staring at the products. Can I help?" So they actually tell her the life story. She's like, "Cool, whatever." And so that's a whole other thing. But yeah, so season 1, kill Nathan Fillion, leave everyone else behind. They get blackmailed by the neighbor cop, who's an arsehole, who's also dirty himself. They kill him, and it turns out their neighbor wife, Lisa, she Mary Elizabeth Ellis, who plays her, is hilarious. She makes everything into a sexual joke or awkward conversation. You know, like, they'll make you spit take, really. It's like, why would you say that out loud? But, yeah, and so she hooks up with the female cop that's looking for her husband, and she's like, what? And then, so, who was it? Sorry. Eric, the son and the friend, he calls this doctor lady, who is played by Portia de Rossi, Ellen DeGeneres' wife, and Portia plays an awkward scientist to the T. This is the season final of season 1. And she's like, "Oh, yes, hello, welcome. I'm hugging you. Am I doing it right? No, this feels weird. That feels even weirder." It's like the quirkyisms. And so the end of season 1, they get the book of Serbia stuff. Yeah, it's all related to Serbia. And they have to try and figure out the code and the clues of it all. And it ends with Joel going to an insane asylum, or mental institution, Abby being in control of the book, and Drew Barrymore, Sheila, being locked in the basement because she's on rage. So, season 2 has started. Hold on, time out. So, if you want good laughs, and if you want to see Drew Barrymore in a good comedy TV show while eating meat-like products because she's a vegan and it's hilarious, go for season 1. Send it to Clarita Diet on Netflix. Came out last year. Drew Barrymore, Timothy Olyphant, great working together. Like I said, great cast, great chemistry. So, on to season 2. It starts up 17 hours after season 1, which I don't get. Like, for Netflix shows, it's kind of hard to track where they are placed in the area of television. Like, with normal TV shows, like when you had Buffy and Angel back in the day, they had their mid-season final breaks, like Game of Thrones and Walking Dead do. And so you keep up within the year. It starts like off in September, ends off in February sometimes, or whenever they want to. This, it's kind of harder. I mean, it's also 10 episodes, and so it's technically only been 3 weeks. 3 weeks, 17 hours. And starts up with Joel confessing to this crazy man that his wife, Sheila, is undead. And so they're all trying to still figure out how it happens, but they figure out they need to keep Sheila busy, they need to stop lying to the daughter more, and they need to just go with the flow for certain stuff. And and the side story is that there are 2 people going around Santa Clarita looking at what Joel and Sheila are actually doing as well. Like, they're going to the businesses, going to other people and talking to them and trying to find out about the Serbian stuff and everything. And it's just like, what's your deal? We don't get that much answered. But also in season 2, it turns out that Ramona, the girl from the shop aide, is an undead as well. And that surprised me. That actually got me good because I actually wanted that to happen. Well, her to become part of the main cast in a way, and it worked out well. But she only lasted like for an episode and a half, and then they had to ship her off to somewhere else because she was getting a bit too reckless. And so, and it turns out that the fracking, I don't know what fracking is, but it's to do with the environment, that where the government is wanting to frack, is where they buried Gary, Nathan Fillion's character, in the first place, in the first episode. And so they had to dig up the body to move it. It turns out Nathan Fillion's not dead. Like, he's just a severed head, and it's like, oh, hey guys, how's it going? It's like, his banter with Joel is excellent, because he tried to sleep with his wife, and obviously they killed him, and he's like, oh yeah, I'm just, hanging out because I'm a fucking head. And the in-joke is that they always say, we can't do this, we're realtors. It's like, I agree. And the main thing that they were trying to after is a young single Hitler, because then they'll be heroes. And in season 2, they find a group of Nazis. I was like, there you go. So, guilt-free killings and everything. The tension between Abby and Eric is kind of unnecessary, because yes, it's a comedy show. Yes, it's all about growing and character development and all that stuff. But let's stop trying to force the romance of characters that should be together, are kind of together, but don't need to be together. It's like, come on. It's like, it's a forced storyline, and it's not really working that well. But yeah. And how old is she? I'm sorry to say. But yeah. No, sorry. And Abby has a moment with Eric's mum where she gets made up and all that. All looks pretty and beautiful. Doesn't quite work with the amount of acne that she has on her face. Again, sorry, and don't do makeup. And obviously, I'm as terrible as I am with my face at the moment. But and I don't know how, and whatever. But yeah. And so, one of the episodes, Joel actually finds out where the infection has come from. Not Serbia, or it is actually from Serbia, but it's from this chick who's been selling clams from her estate in Mexico or whatever, and they're from Serbia, but they're also red, and they breed and multiply. It's like, what the fuck? So they find the cause of all the mayhem, all the outbreaks, and she's literally about to sell them around the world to infect the entire world. Fortunately, the two random people who have been going around blew that place up in a hilarious fashion. And so, on the season final, of season 2, Nathan Fillion wants to die. His character, like, he's just a head. He only has interaction with them for certain amounts of moments. It's like, okay, I want you to kill me, guys. And so, they all have a moment. They all try to come up with a scheme, because the female cop, is trying to hone in on where the killers are, who the killers are, where the Nazis are, and all that stuff. And so Joel and Sheila get an idea that they could make a burner phone, send a message that Dan and Nathan Fillion's character is still alive, and it works until they still record while Sheila dangles her bracelets. Like, no. And then they're about to kill Nathan Fillion, and then she rocks up and it's like, it's been you guys all along. That's why she works it all out, and it's like, no, because I am undead. And so she shoots her, and it's like, what? She doesn't die. And it's like, and then it leaves on the cliffhanger of, I will follow you and do anything you want to do. And then Nathan's like, well, this is some fucked up shit. End of season 2. I love this show. Like, it's my favourite show at the moment. Like, if you just want to have some good hearty chuckles, watch Clarita Diet. You will not be disappointed. For what I want for season 3, it actually didn't go the way I was expecting it to go. I was expecting them to actually burn down Santa Clarita like they did in Weeds, like in season 3 or 4, where they had to travel around the state for all the other seasons, which kind of ruined it in a way. But, okay, so for season 3 of Santa Clarita Diet, I wanted to jump ahead 6 months. I don't know when they will lead us. Let's jump to Christmas. And the female cop is working with them to clean up the streets of all the actual criminals. So no mainstream business owners get taken and get noticeably gone. Now that the clam restaurant is out of business, we start with the two that blew up the clam restaurant, the clams, as the backstory of how they came to be, who they are, their backstory and all that stuff. Then we go to Serbia and what has infected them, the clams and all that stuff, their food, and have a few flashbacks of way back in the day of how the Knights defeated them. Then we have a potential fast forward to the present day, or Christmas or whatever, and there is a new infection going around. Everyone is getting these ball spider things, and it's infecting people. So for New Year's they have to kill the entire town or something. Yeah, and keep having it that Native Fillions in it, because him as a severed head is hilarious. But also bring in the relatives of Sheila, because that they don't like the sister, and that'd be interesting to see. And have a few episodes where Joel was debating whether he wants to turn. Because, let's face it, if you're dating a zombie, a vampire, a werewolf, a supernatural creature of any kind, that debate is going to come up. If you're dating a vampire and you don't want to turn into a vampire, too fucking bad. Same with a zombie. Same with a werewolf. Same with whatever. Those issues are going to come up in your relationship and you're going to have to discuss them. So, let's have for season 3 that Joel is debating whether to turn for his wife. He's debating to have the whole family turn. But then in Serbia that there's rumours of a cure. And Portia de Rossi's character comes back, tests it on herself because she's a scientist, she's wacky like that, and it works. Like, she purposely infected herself. She's far gone, and she tested it and it works. And then but the thing is that there's only enough cure for 2 people. One gets accidentally smashed, and it's either for Sheila and Eric. That way the daughter has to choose who to save. And it's emotional and everything. Make it funny, make it dramatic as well. But yeah, like I said, if you want laughs, watch Santa Clarita Diet, you will not be disappointed. If you watch the show, tell me what you think. And if you what ideas you want for season 3 as well. Like, share, subscribe, leave comments as well. I'll catch you later.